In this video, we are going to be talking about the equine gastrointestinal tract, the locations of which linseed, soybean, sugar beet and oats are digested. We have also included 2 feeds that we at Bailey's would recommend feeding to a 3-star event horse and his Shetland companion.
The digestive system of the horse is split into 2 sections, the foregut
and the hindgut.
Digestion of the horse begins in the mouth. Their strong, sensitive and selective lips are able to sort through the feed that enters their mouth, which is then masticated and mixed with the saliva that is easily swallowed. The saliva lubricates the food and the bicarbonates neutralise the stomach acid. The food is then pushed down the esophagus using a process called peristalsis, which mucus is secreted to aid digestion. Problems like choke are caused by food becoming stuck here if the food is not properly lubricated and softened. From the esophagus we enter the stomach, a J-shaped organ. The food enters the stomach through the cardiac sphincter, where some proteins are digested into its primary structures of amino acids. This is done by the combination of pepsin and hydrochloric acid. Food is then mixed with the gastric juices, and the hydrochloric acid in the stomach kill any bacteria present in the food. The stomach is about the size of a rugby ball, so it is essential that food is fed little and often. As the stomach is split into 2 different areas, the glandular and the non-glandular region. If the stomach is empty during exercise, sometimes the hydrochloric acid from the glandular region can splash up and cause things like stomach ulcers. This is the shortest part of digestion and is around 20 minutes long. Food then leaves the stomach through the pyloric sphincter into the small intestines and is around 20 to 27 metres long. There are 3 sections of the small intestines, the duodenum, the jejunum and the ileum. Villi line the walls to increase the surface area for absorption, and it has an extensive capillary network for transport and lymph vessels to protect against bacteria and viruses. Simple carbs, fats and proteins are digested here, and the end products, glucose, amino acids, fatty acids and glycerol, are absorbed into the bloodstream. The small intestines is a relatively fast process and lasts no longer than 60 minutes. It is also alkaline due to the bile and the pancreatic juices secreted by the liver and pancreas. With around 50% of all carbs and almost all amino acids absorbed here, it is the place where most absorption occurs, and the jejunum is the site of the most nutrients absorbed. Feed like linseed, oats, soybean are digested here.
Linseed is relatively high in protein and oil. The oil of the linseed provides a source of omega-3 fatty acids to the diet. The only other natural source of omega-3 in the horse's diet typically is fresh grass. The omega-3 provides the horse's coat and body condition and reduces excitability, and also has anti-inflammatory effects and immune stimulating properties. The calcium-phosphorus ratio in linseed is not balanced appropriately as it is high in phosphorus. A calcium supplement or a high calcium feed such as alfalfa should be fed to the balance the ratio. In its raw state, linseed contains prussic acid, which in large quantities is toxic to the horse. Therefore, by the way of preparation, the seed should always be soaked overnight. Oats contain high levels of protein, 8 to 13%, and high levels of amino acid, aiding the horse's body for building and repairing the tissues and muscles. However, oats have a poor calcium-phosphorus ratio and also a very low macronutrients level, in particular copper and zinc.
Soybean meal is a high source of protein. Protein helps with the build and the repair of body tissues and also aids in maintaining body systems and functions. The effects of overfeeding your horse with soybean meal causes an increase in urea, leading to a rise in blood ammonia levels, which can disrupt energy release. However, underfeeding causes weight loss and reduction of milk production in the lactating mare. Soybeans are rich in lysine, which is one of the essential amino acids which must be fed to the horse. It is the main limiting amino acid. If the horse does not have an adequate supply of lysine, it is unlikely to be having a good enough nutritional plane to supply the other essential amino acids.
As the horse has no gallbladder, the bile salt is secreted from the liver into the duodenum, where it emulsifies fat droplets.
The food then moves into the large intestines, where it is made of the cecum, large and small colon, and the rectum. The cecum is a comma-shaped sac where microbacteria fermentation occurs. Fibrous food like complex insoluble carbohydrates are mixed with digestive microbacteria to produce volatile fatty acids. The main volatile fatty acids in the horse are acetic, propionic and butyric acid and are absorbed through the cecum wall. They are slow-release aerobic energy source. Sodium and chloride salts are often absorbed with them. Feeds like sugar beet are digested in the cecum.
Sugar beet is highly digestible and has high levels of soluble fibre, including pectin. It's also good for hydration. Sloppy beet can help maintain overall water intake, and sugar beet water encourages drinking in competitive horses. It improves the horse's ability to digest fibre feeds. Research shows that digestibility of hay and alfalfa is improved when fed in combination with sugar beet. It can be molassed and contain up to 20% sugar. Unmolassed sugar beet has levels of 5%. Problems may occur if too much sugar from the molassed beet is fermented in the hindgut. The pulp helps to correct an imbalance to the calcium-phosphorus ratio. It's fed soaked, and large quantities of dry matter must never be fed, as it will absorb water from the intestines, swell and cause colic.
The large colon houses billions of microbacteria to digest plant cellulose and hemicellulose. Around 30% of proteins, 15 to 30% of soluble carbohydrates, and 75 to 8% of cell wall's carbohydrates are absorbed here. The bends and flexures narrow, and any clogging here could cause problems like impaction colic, so any changes in conditions could be very dangerous. This is the slowest part of passage for the digester.
Lastly, the small colon and rectum are where food is softened, rounded and held until enough is accumulated to stimulate defecation through the anus. As Shetlands are renowned good doers and can easily put on weight, they do not need a lot of calories. Shetlands can also be prone to laminitis, so they do not need a high sugar, high starch, especially as Lexi is only a companion and does not do anything extra to burn off excess fat. Lexi has soaked hay and is out in a paddock that doesn't contain much grass. This can also add to her not getting enough nutrients. Lexi requires a feed that will give her exactly what she needs without adding the calories. The feed chosen for Lexi is number 14, Low Cal Balancer, because as a balancer, it contains all the basic nutrients such as protein, fibre, vitamins and minerals without adding the calories. Even if a horse is fat, it can still be malnourished. It can be getting the calories but not necessarily getting the right nutrients, i.e. not enough vitamins, minerals, proteins.
Lexi weighs 98 kilograms, and to allow her to have a balanced diet she must have 1 cup a day, approximately a quarter of a stub scoop. As Shetlands are known to be greedy, they may eat its feed quickly. To bulk this feed, we recommend Bailey's Light Chaff. This is low in calories, perfect for the good doer, and has no added sugar or molasses. It's high fibre, low sugar and starch, so goes well with the Low Cal Balancer to make a rationed, well-balanced diet. Lexi will need a handful a day.
Eric, being a 3-star event horse, needs a feed that is high in energy, high in protein for muscle growth, high fat, and preferably low in starch. The feed we have chosen is number 21, Ease and Excel. This is a new feed out designed for all horses and ponies needing a low starch diet but still needing some energy.
As event horses genuinely have a stressful life, such as travelling, competing, staying away, they could be more prone to stomach ulcers. To help reduce this, Ease and Excel contains Protexin, which is a supplement in the feed, a probiotic that promotes gut health. Ease and Excel also contains soya hulls and beet pulp, which contain higher levels of soluble fibre pectin, where in acidic conditions, like the stomach, the pectins can help protect the gut wall. They raise the pH level to lower acid in the stomach and help prevent stomach ulcers. Ease and Excel also contains alfalfa, which along with the soya hulls and sugar beet are known as superfibres. This means they ferment quicker in the hindgut. Ease and Excel can be fed as a whole feed. For a horse Eric's size, weighing 565 kilograms, he would need 5.4 kilos a day to maintain a balanced diet. This is equivalent to 4 1/3 stub scoops. If a horse is becoming too fat on Ease and Excel, don't cut down on hay, as this is a good supply of fibre. Ease and Excel can be replaced by Performance Balancer. For every 1 stub scoops taken out of the feed of Ease and Excel, it needs to be replaced with 2 mugs of Performance Balancer. Eric may also need electrolytes during competition season to replace the salts that he has lost.
Every horse will require a baseline of nutrients for everyday maintenance. However, depending on the workload, health, breed, age and height, they will require a different amount of each. Knowing the essential of each will allow you to create a well-balanced diet and support your horse's health and well-being.